Hello, in this video I want to go over a few tips how to create more consistent AI animations and primarily how we can minimize the difference between each frame. For this video I'm going to use local installation of Stable Diffusion 2.1 and it's using automatic 1111 UI. Also we will utilize extensions that call ControlNet. If you're not familiar with the extension or don't know how to install, I will provide a link below for you to the video to showing how to install that extensions on your computer. If you already have it installed, I would recommend for you to verify that you have it latest version. For this, just go to extensions, go down, find the SD Web UI ControlNet. Be sure it says latest. You always can click check updates. If new update is available, you'll notice it will come up like checkbox and says behind. Then you just press apply and restart. After this, you should go down and be sure you have the ControlNet now available for you. So right here you can see ControlNet. You can expand. Newer version they actually modify a little bit. Now you have it. How many models you have it? You will have a tab. For this video, we'll use a couple control models. If you have it just only one, then you need to go to the settings. On the left side, go to the ControlNet tab. And where it says multi-control net, max model amount, require, just set to 2. You can have it more than 3. Well, you can have 3 and more than 1. But I found sometimes they're conflicting too much and it does not provide better result. Also, for this version, I enable allow detect maps saving. So if you want to have a different result, you maybe disable that. Now, as in image, what we want to check, first step, of course, it is description. With the descriptions, you want to put it some negative prompts, which is help you to eliminate some of those errors. You can also include like changing contrast, blinking, flickering, and some other elements. Keep in mind this is negative, so you don't need to put like no changing colors. You just need to put a changing colors, and it's a no automatic will apply because it is negative. In your normal prompt, you want to put a prompt that you should apply it. First, you'll notice right here I have it tag, and this tag specifically kind of initialize and help utilize the Open Journey model that I'm using for this demo. You can use it any other model you wanted. Model will affect output result, but not necessary consistency of the result. So let's go ahead and verify what we're going to do. Right here you can notice I have the image from animation. And this is animations was shot in Disneyland, and you can see I have, okay, let me go from frame, take video and export as GIF. It's multiple different applications have it, and I have video how to do this. I will provide link for this video for you below, so you can also check. But no point for us to repeating all those steps. But you can see right here, this is all different frames that we're using. Okay, to achieve some of the consistency, what I need to do, take one frame, put it in our image to image. Next, I will leave the steps, sampling steps default to the 20. The more steps, more details will applied. Keep in mind, the more details will applied, the most likely some of those details will change. The next, we're going and work with the CFG scale and the noising string. But before we jump to this, let me explain a little bit how they work on your image. And also notice you have the seed below. So right here, what is meaning by seed, when you're creating image, when you do in AI generated, it will create random pattern, and it's depend on the model, depend on the different things what is using, utilize, it will create. But it's usually create a random seed number. And random seed number will apply to the image. So if we look right here, we have our denoise string. So what this denoise string will do, it actually will take, okay, let me move this around, take our original image and apply this map seed over. How much noise will, or denoise, how much will apply it? So much of original image will be hidden. The less, the more of original image. And because the AI generation utilizes denoising parent, so it's look on the noise and try to clear. Definitely right here have it less noise, so it will be very close to original image. And when you have it more noise, it will be less of original image that we have. However, if we apply two different seed number or different noises, the parent will change. And if parent of this noise is changed, so is a result of denoising. So because of this, we'll need to pay attention to our denoise string, how much of the noise we want applied or how heavy to the image. And also, we probably want to reuse the seed for this node noise to minimize the difference between all these utilizations. But here's one small problem. If our denoise is too high, then we lose difference between frames because computer need denoising, and as denoise is applied in try-find, if we have it too low, we don't have it too much changes and will look very close to the original image. The find good combinations in many cases is going by the experimental, because you need to put it what model you're using and how much effect you want to apply it. But just keep it in mind, if you're putting very low, you'll have it very close to your original image, but you won't have it some of those changes. So let's experiment a little bit. I leave it CFG scale to 4. This is how much the creative apply weights on a word when it's creating. So we can say closer or far away. By default, it should be about 7 if I'm right. But you can experiment. So for the beginning, let's go say our sampling 20 steps, our CFG scale 7, and the noise string, let's go put it to about 5. Okay, so here's our image, and we're going right here, disable our control model for now. At this time, if I'm going and click generate image, you'll notice it is based on our original, and we have it somewhat figures around, but at the same place. We lost some on the figurines, so it's have a kind of freedom adjustment on this case. Of course, if we reduce our denoise string maybe to 0.015, then you notice we have it closer to our image, so I said before, because the noise map, it's reduced. So if we look right here, we are around this area, so almost all image clear. We just kind of adjust some details, smooth out an element, and this is actually not bad way to clean up your video. So for some reason you want to create a little bit more simplify image, you can do this way. Okay, but again, if we try to create something else, it won't be there. In some cases, what I found in most cases, about from 0.4, actually a bit below, or to 5, it's about safe zone that provide enough noise for the image to create between each frame good generations. They also, if we increase steps, sampling steps, we'll have it introduce more details, because the noise need go more and more. And more it's going, it'll add additional details. Anytime, keep in mind, if you have it more details, that is meaning more elements could be changed from one to another image. Okay, now because we create this image, it's look okay, but I want to add more details. And for this, control net is probably one of the best tools to use it. So what we're going to do, we enable, and we'll be sure we'll use it preprocessor open noise, open pause, and we'll want to use it model as well for open pause. By default, it will be weight 1. I want to increase just more for the pauses. Want to be sure that when we render, the AI pay attention. Like right here, you can see it's changed poses on the people, so AI pay a little bit more attention to this. So right here, we're done. Let's go ahead, generate it. Okay, now as a done generation, you can see now we have a little bit better position on the poses, position hands, arms, legs. So that is already a step forward. So let's go ahead. Next, we'll add some details in the outfit of the people. And for this, we want to use it another one, second control model. Because one, going with the poses, and second, we want to say on a canny. This way we have a lot of elements, and how canny does is detect edges based on contrast, so we'll have more details in the clothes and a little bit more in the shape. I want to be sure same, this is enable. We'll put it, let's go maybe 1.2 on this, or 3. Okay, and because we introduced another one, so I want to pop up this to 1.8. Let's render and compare. Okay, notice how much more details introduced versus another one, because we now look on the items. The one thing what I recommend, because each time when we generate, it's created new seed node. This is, if you remember, the new noise. We don't want to actually create total different noise because we want to keep it same. This will help us to eliminate some of those small details. For this, we want to find one image that you like how it's look, and just copy on the recycle icon so we can copy this seed. So this is applied for this noise map. It will be repeating that noise map that we have before. So now if we click generate, our next image should be quite a bit close to original. Okay, so here's our second image, and you can see this is quite a bit close together. And we can preview this. 1 and 2. You can see they're identical. They don't change at all, those images. So, and this is actually, it's what we wanted. We want this consistency between two last images, so it's meaning we almost lock how it's look even with new generation. So next, what we want to do is apply animation to this. And to apply animations, we'll go inside the batch. You want to take your input directory, where is those images located, the frames, put them inside. We can keep it all other information here as we have before. You don't need modify because you accepted what is happening. And all what we need is just click generate. Okay, as generated, it will create individual images. So we can go actually and preview some of these images. And you can see how they're changing. Of course, it will always have some elements inside the images that will be changing. For example, if you notice on this lady coat, you can see how they change color and other elements. This one is much harder to fix due to the nature of the how animation or how each frame render. And one of the main problem is because we technically don't have the reference to frame that was rendered before. If you've done animations with stable diffusion and other just normal animation, what is happening, it does reference frame before. However, in this case, it does not. But it does reference to the poses it's creating, to canning elements that have details. I'm sure the versions that working right now will take in consideration of the some elements in consistency, and will compare and create a little bit better consistency element with new stable diffusion animations that expecting come up probably very soon. Okay, so we can go look on this and you can see how the frame is changing, but it still be not bad as a consistency. So let's go and compare with the elements when I don't optimize with seed and other other elements, and we can see right here, for example, a different style, and you can see how much between each image, like change coloring, shoes, how much they changing, like right here element, and mostly see like something pop up in the sky. And this is mostly just with a style, but not totally optimized. So it still look very interesting in some cases, but this is inconsistency. And here's another inconsistency element. You can see even it's try to keep it, but look like his pen's changing, everything. This is more, I think I was doing pixelization Mario style, which kind of fun because I did have a bunch of Marios running around, and you can see the head changing, but again, inconsistency in this case. So with me kind of playing more with the settings, find what wrong, work, what does not work, I found out that combining two control models, one is the open pose and another one's canny, and as well using same seed for the noise applied over, this is provide the most consistent result at this time. It's possibly some other settings may work better than this, and if you have them, please share. Let me know what settings you're using in your animations, and let me know how it's consistent your result, what you're getting in the end. Thank you for watching this video. If you like it, give us thumbs up, subscribe, put notifications, share the video. It's helped me kind of growing on YouTube, and I appreciate this.